Team Ireland as hosts will be at the back. So as teams come in, we'll announce them. Please give a massive warm welcome to every team. The sport of touch is inclusive. Everybody is most welcome, so please show your support to everybody. And
well, good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else, and welcome to the very second Atlantic Youth Touch Cup competition here on the beautiful banks of the River Shannon at the University of Limerick in Ireland. We are moments away from the start of our opening ceremony. You can see Chris Simon there on the left-hand side of your picture, the man in charge of the Federation of International Touch, fresh off organising the biggest World Cup they've ever had in Nottingham last year. It was 2 years ago, still in Nottingham, that the last Atlantic Youth Touch Cup took place. But my word, hasn't it grown since then? 45 teams from 12 nations have gathered here in Ireland for the biggest Atlantic Touch Cup to ever be. And we'll hear from Chris Simon before a procession of the teams.
Our first opening ceremony that's been live streamed. So you can follow it on YouTube, go to the Federation of International Touch YouTube channel, or I'm told live on Facebook. So go and have a look at one of those two channels. Please pass that message far and wide across the world as we keep trying to grow the wonderful sport of touch.
From Chris on commentary as well over the next couple of days as we bring you live action from fields 1 and 2 across the 3 days of competitive action. I'm Wilfred Kemsley joining you throughout the weekend. Liam Bryant will be along as well across pitches 1 and 2 over the weekend for some outstanding touch rugby action all the way up from under 15s to under 20s competition, mixed girls and boys across those 3 categories. It was England who dominated proceedings in 2023, outside of course of the mixed opens where France took the under 15 and Wales the 18s, foreshadowing their great success at the Euros of course. But since then the game has grown to a great degree, and we're expecting some real competitive edge from the home nations, the likes of France as well, who always bring strong sides to these youth competitions. There's great infrastructure across Europe and further afield. As you can see as well, there's great support for all nations. Scotland on the banks, Wales have got the flags already on the side screen there. And we'll see all of the teams and their processions this afternoon in the bright sunshine, which has reared its head for the first time here in Limerick. It's been a little bit rainy throughout the day, but that'll soften up the pitches nicely for the touch games to come. It's like herding cats getting these teams together, especially those who have brought large contingents, but of course it will be Belgium who lead us out first as the nations enter the fray in alphabetical order before the referees, and then the hosts will get their last dance around the field. Now, those two sets of fans stood a lot closer together than one might expect, but the vibes at these tournaments are always so strong, so bright. It's going to be 3 action-packed days of touch, starting tomorrow with the mixed 18 round robin, but of course with 9 competitions in total, including a couple of high-quality friendlies with Ireland's men's opens team rearing their head later on this weekend. There's so much touch to take in. Beautiful scenes here at the University of Limerick.
Come on, Ireland! Team Ireland! Woo! Ireland!
Of course, it's the University of Limerick hosting this competition, but it's Ireland Touch as well, who have had such a big part to play in the organisation of this competition that has brought these young teams together. And onto the field for the first time come Belgium.
2 teams this year, very warm welcome to Touch Belgium.
So Belgium have sides in both of the mixed open competitions, and they'll be one of the first teams live streamed tomorrow when they take on Wales, formidable opponents in a competition in which they are so comfortable in that mixed format of touch. They've also brought a mixed 15 side along as well. Two of the surviving categories from 2023 as the competition has expanded into men's and women's, but mixed has always been the strongest asset of touch rugby on the global stage. Followed, of course, closely behind by the beautiful light blue of the Cayman Islands.
Our furthest travellers, all in red, are China Touch.
China as well. They're one of the furthest field sides to come from a field here. They've brought a mixed under 15 side. They're at the Cayman Islands, of course, who, much like Belgium and a lot of these emerging nations, they've brought mixed under 18s and mixed under 15 side. Their under 18s will be taking on South Africa in their opening game at 9 AM tomorrow morning. Chris Simon has just returned from a trip to China on behalf of the Federation of International Touch, spreading the game, and they are delighted to be here. Having a chat with their team manager earlier on. She was ecstatic. They're going to have a couple players come up on co-coms with us throughout the weekend. And up next, of course, it's England, the best supported outside of the home nation, and certainly the best supported from a federation side. They've brought a lot of staff with them this weekend, and they've got the most teams in the competition as well. Boys, girls, under 18, mixed under 18 as well. All three categories in the under 15s competition as well, and they've also brought two sides into the men's under 20s. And they'll be gunning for every title on offer here at the Youth Atlantic Cup. They were so successful in Nottingham on home soil 2 years ago, and they also had a very successful World Cup with their women's side making it all the way through to the bronze medal match and beating Japan in that one. Silverware plenty at the World Cup. But here at the younger level, it's the next generation as some under 15s come through the passage there. It's a long old procession of English players. They've got some of the finest young players on the planet within their under 20s and under 18s side as well. As we've said, they've brought more players than anyone else at this competition. 10 separate sides England have managed to get on the plane. Testament to the work that Chris Simon did before. England have managed to get on the plane. Work that Chris Simon did before jumping over to the Federation of International. All of the Simons, of course, a big touch-playing family. And there's the mixed under 15 side as well coming through. The schools finals in Oxford a few weeks ago was such a great success. It's only 2 weeks until the junior nationals, again in Nottingham, really the heartbeat of touch in the UK, especially at the younger level. And as you can hear, very well supported as well, as they make their way round the track and look to join the Cayman Islands and China. And these young lions will be going for a clean sweep in this competition, felled in the mixed categories by France and Wales in 2023. They'll face sterner opposition this year, with, as we've discussed, the growth of touch in Europe, which is running at an incredible rate. Indeed, here come the 2023 Mixed 15s champions, France, but they were competing in every category imaginable, the French. They've also brought a number of referees to support the competition as well. And touch is played all over the country, from Marseille to Toulouse, all the way west to Strasbourg and up to Paris. They've brought sides in the under 18s girls and boys, and a mixed under-15 side who are, of course, defending their title. They'll take on the host Ireland at 11:30 tomorrow morning. They've also brought a men's under-20 side, which is one of the lighter categories in this year's edition of the Atlantic Youth Touch Cup. And they'll take on the England Lions at 10:40 tomorrow. Now, all smiles amongst the French camp. And they're another side that will enjoy some good level of support here. Having just crossed a channel or two to perch up here at the Youth Atlantic Cup. Bit of team bonding still to be done amongst some of the lads' sides. Wonderful occasion these opening ceremonies are, but of course here come one of the more exciting sides in the competition. It's Lebanon, off the back of their most successful World Cup ever, their men's open side beating England, the hosts, in Nottingham last summer, and in the end finishing as bronze medal winners in the men's open, their most successful tournament ever. And they've brought two sides to this competition, a men's under-15 team and a mixed open side at the under-18 level. They've come a long way, and they'll both be taking on Ireland in their opening fixtures at 9 AM for the mixed 18 and at 12:20 in the afternoon for the boys 15s. As some of the French coaching staff come through along with their under-18 side. Portugal, another great story. This, their first tournament for a youth side. Of course, they were present at the World Cup at senior level, but this is the first time that they've brought along a junior setup, a boys under 18, and of course a mixed under 15, the most accessible of categories, and the category that really makes touch rugby special and unique from every other format of this great game. And they will be a very proud side with stiff opposition. Of course, their boys under 18 will be taking on the hosts Ireland at 10:10 tomorrow. Scotland are another growing programme off the back of a good World Cup. And they've brought three sides to this competition, all in the mixed category, under 15, under 18 and under 20 as well. A lovely chat with their team manager just before, and they've got some brand new vests to show as well. So brand new kit for the Scottish to be debuted at this tournament. But Lebanon, of course, with rugby league as one of the growing sports in that country as well, touch with their similar styles of play, have benefited from that and their close cultural ties to Australia. And one of the sides that's travelled the furthest, of course, South Africa, also present here at the Atlantic Youth Touch Cup. And they've brought 4 teams along, 2 mixed under 18 and under 20, as well as 2 women's side at the under 18 and under 20 level. Women's rugby, of course, growing all the time in South Africa, and touch is no different. Well, South Africa will start their campaign against the Cayman Islands at 9 AM tomorrow. And their mixed under 20 side have a tough ask to face England up front at 10:40 tomorrow morning as well. They've also got outstanding blazers, as you may have spotted at the back there. The South African under 20 camp, who gifted Chris Simon a jersey and a touchbot cap before the start of this ceremony here. And more debutantes. This is an even bigger occasion. It's Ukraine's first entry into a touch competition at any level associated with the Federation. of international touch. Chris Simon again travelled to Ukraine to meet with the leaders of rugby union in the nation, and they've brought just one side, a boys under 18 side, I should say. And on the back right-hand side there, taking the photos, is their team manager, who's done so well to organise this under 18 boys side. Now, South Africa bring great energy wherever they go, at any sport, at any level, and in the game of touch rugby they are the same. Now another set of favourites enter the fray. The Welsh are the final side before the hosts to make their entrance to the 2025 Atlantic Youth Touch Cup. And it's not just in the mixed competition in which the Welsh thrive that they'll be challenging this season. They've got teams in almost every category. Boys, girls and mixed to under 50 and under 18 level throughout. Great stories wherever you look here at the Atlantic Youth Touch Cup. The Welsh youth sides had such a fantastic showing at the last Youth Atlantic Touch competition. Of course, champions at the mixed under 18 level, which they went on to achieve at the senior level at the Euros as well. And a special announcement there
And not lacking in support either.
Chris Simon as well, because the referees, of course, are the next to enter the fray. The game of touch, of course, impossible without the referees. 3 needed on every field, and there's representations from almost every federation here at the Youth Atlantic Touch Cup this season. Referees from far afield, plenty supplied by the Irish Touch Association as well.
Just a massive, massive thank you for this team. They're not all quite here yet, but they're currently in blue, will be in white for the rest of the weekend. Without this lot, the event is not possible. A huge thank you to Team Referee.
Another cheer goes up for the referees as the host round the corner and show themselves for the first time. Of course, it's Ireland. Ireland, whose men's open side had a fantastic World Cup, but a touch institution that is growing on in all formats. Of course, the old Wesley Rugby Club driving the game in this country. Old Wesley having crossed over to England to compete on a number of club championships this season in Royal Leamington Spa. That's led to their youth sides exploding in recent years. They've got mixed under 15, under 20, boys under 15, and then a full set of under 18 sides in the girls, boys and mixed competition.
Right, I think this will be quite a big welcome. Bringing on Team Ireland, we've got a group of volunteers. Thank you very much to our team volunteers here in Ireland. You'll be hearing from one of them very soon. But please give, as hosts, the biggest welcome of the day to Ireland Touch.
Well, that's the cheer for the home side, who will start their campaign in the mixed under 18 category tomorrow at 9 AM against Lebanon. That's a real test and promises to be an outstanding game. But as we said, a full house across the under 18 category. 2 more mixed sides in the 15s and 20s. As well as that boys under 15s team. They'll all be competing across the weekend. Just how many finals, how many semi-finals can the hosts make on home soil? It's a real question to be raised. They're certainly excited about the weekend to come. See how the footwork is in the mixed open side when Ireland take to the field tomorrow. Certainly showing it on the track so far. Familiar scenes, just like in Nottingham in 2024. The biggest World Cup of all time took place. This is the biggest Youth Atlantic Cup by some way after great success
and then a
in
bit of
Nottingham
performance.
2 years ago.
A massive welcome here to the University of Limerick. We're going to hear from Aisling at the University in a moment. But before we do, I'm just going to pass on to the person that's made this all possible here at Ireland Touch, and that's one of their directors, Michelle Mulcahy. Michelle, you can come and say a few words, please. Welcome to stage.
On to the stage is Michelle Mulcahy, the
Good afternoon, everybody. Céad míle fáilte de gach daoine anseo. Welcome, everybody, to the University of Limerick. We are so delighted to have you all here in Ireland. You're in my home city, my home university. As an association, we decided last year that we really needed to host an international tournament, and we got the opportunity to hold the Atlantic Cup. We are so excited to have you all. 45 teams across all categories, the largest junior event we've ever seen. So I have to say thank you all for coming. I hope you've had a warm welcome so far and have a great time. I'd like to say congratulations to all the athletes. What an honour to be able to present or represent your countries. Congratulations. So on behalf of Ireland Touch, have a great time, play hard, be fair and have great fun, and we look forward to a great tournament over the next 3 days. Thanks all.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm just going to hand over next to do a welcome from the University of Limerick to these fantastic facilities. Make sure you enjoy them. Have a wonderful time. The pictures are looking absolutely amazing. Aisling Casey, please give us a welcome from the University. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the University of Limerick, it's absolutely my privilege to welcome you all here to the campus to celebrate in the excitement and open the Atlantic Youth Touch Cup 2025. We're incredibly proud that the University of Limerick has been chosen as the host venue for this milestone event, the largest ever international Youth Touch Rugby tournament. This highlights our world-class facilities and our long-standing reputation of hosting top-tier international tournaments. I would really like to welcome every single one of the athletes. The colour, the fanfare, the camaraderie, it's always a pleasure to be part of these opening ceremonies. At UL, we strive to foster excellence, inclusivity and participation in all sports. Hosting these championships is an opportunity to not only showcase the vibrancy of sports, but also to celebrate the role sport brings and how it brings people together. This championship will leave a legacy for the sport in Ireland and beyond, and we're eager to welcome athletes, coaches and fans to experience the incredible team spirit this event will bring. On behalf of UL, I would like to give a special mention to Michelle from the Ireland Touch Association and also to Chris from Federation of International Touch for the huge work, the months and months of planning, the early mornings, the late nights and all the meetings to be able to bring this event to our campus. I hope everybody has a fantastic time. Thank you.
Aisling Casey there from the University of Limerick, of course, which is a fine venue for this event. Really is a remarkable campus.
I'm sure you'll all agree these are phenomenal facilities, so please do enjoy them and then come back and study here in a few years' time, I think is the cue. For those that don't know me, I'm Chris Simon. I'm actually standing presenting. Mike Abramovich should be doing this, but he's asked me to do it. So just a few words from me and then we're going to pass on to a performance afterwards. A massive thank you to the University and to Ireland Touch. Without them, this event would not be possible. A big thank you to Fáilte Ireland, the local government, and also to Limerick Council as well for their support of this event. Touch is growing phenomenally. The World Cup showed us last year the economic impact that an event of this scale can have, and this is going to be no different. 45 teams, 12 countries, 9 categories, a first for the girls 15s. That is phenomenal in this sport. A first for the boys 15s as well. And the sport just goes from strength to strength. I won't say anyone down under in Brisbane is watching, but this sport, as I think we all know, is the participation future for the oval ball. It is phenomenal, and anybody can pick up a ball and play. So I'm just going to ask you to do two thank yous. All those on outside the track, I'm going to get you to give a massive, huge well done to all of the players, coaches, support staff, volunteers that are out there. They pay their way, or maybe you pay their way, to get here. So could I just, all the spectators, give everybody out on that field a massive cheer? As I mentioned, this is all about inclusivity, this sport, but there's also some phenomenal athletes out on that field. Some of them will go on to play rugby league or rugby union for the nation, if they don't already, and I have no doubt many of them will compete in future World Cups of this sport, and who knows, maybe in Olympics in the future. So what I'd also like all of you out on the field in a moment to give a massive thank you to all of your parents, family, friends who are here supporting you, and they're putting you first. So if all of our athletes out there can give a reciprocal well done to all the spectators, please, and a cheer.
A very righteous round of applause there, of course, for all of the parents, coaches, supporters who have got these young players onto the field.
I did mention a couple of special thank yous. There are lots out there, but I did want to just mention a special well done for getting here against all the tumultuous activity at our home nation. Please give Ukraine a massive cheer.
And it really is a remarkable story, which we'll cover throughout the weekend, of course, whenever Ukraine are on the field. It was only a few weeks ago that Chris made contact with their rugby union.
We've got a couple of partnerships now that I
should
just
get them to where they are.
Thanks to Stephen for providing match balls. You can also get those from the merchandise. And thanks to Inferno Sports for providing all of our kit and apparel. Without their support, we're not going to grow and develop. This sport is not funded like other sports internationally. It will be at some point in the future. We're getting there. We're slowly getting some support now. So for those that do help, a massive thank you. We will keep growing and developing. Right, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm going to pass on back to Michelle, who's going to introduce a little performance. But for me, have a fantastic few days. Enjoy yourselves, most importantly. Keep playing with a smile. Well done for getting here and have a good time. Thank you.
Of course, there'll be time throughout the weekend to heap their praise on Inferno Sports and Stephen and the likes of those sponsors.
Just to give you a bit of Irish culture, we have Killian and Jordan. And we have the lovely ladies Ruth and Neve, and they're going to give you a little performance. So if you can all put your hands together, and we will kick off. Thanks so much.
Now, a musical performance, as you heard, being introduced by Shane Connie. Head of art. When in Rome, as they say. Bit of Irish dancing ahead of this opening ceremony. A fine sight for all of the players who have gathered here on the front lawn of the University of Limerick. Say, Irish culture on full show there ahead of what we expect to be a great weekend for their touch association. bouzouki is the official name of the smaller guitar on the right-hand side, as you saw there. Adaptation of the classic Greek string instrument. There's a bit of arch culture to envelop the opening ceremony. Another wonderful performance from the dancers as well to cap off this wonderful opening ceremony. As we return to a bit of music and the beautiful sunshine here at the University of Limerick. Goodness, if the weather holds like this for the rest of the weekend, it'll be outstanding. Well, the joyous atmosphere here at the Youth Atlantic Cup has been driven on by a fine musical performance, and I think one more song is what's been requested by the Irish Touch Association as we bask in the sunshine here at the University of Limerick.
Come on, a bigger cheer than that. You lot do this like a massive cheer, won't they? Thank you. Right, by Sunday night, we expect you all to be doing that jig, so I hope you're watching. For now, can you all move towards the middle? We're going to look up here to the photo balcony, and we're going to try and get a big shot. And I want you all to wave your flags, wave your hands, and we'll give it a bit of a cue. So I'm looking up there and see how tight this lot need to be from the sides. So just try and move in. You're going to be looking up to the balcony. I'll get Belgium to shuffle in a little bit. Cameron Islands shuffle in a little bit, please.
Events of this size, that they do have a big old group photo on the main field before the opening day's competition, just as we had at the World Cup last year and at the Youth Atlantic Cup in 2023. But every year it gets harder to get them all in as the game continues to grow. But from the balcony they'll be taking this fine photo, and that will likely be the last action of our opening ceremony. So while they regather themselves, we can look ahead a little bit
on the edge. That's the volunteers. The rest just move behind. You'll be able to see
towards tomorrow's action.
Please move just behind when you much
It will be an unbelievable game to get us going over on the secondary field as England take on Scotland in the mixed under-18 competition, the old enemy. While here on field one, Belgium will play Wales. And we stick with the under-18 categories for our early morning games with action from the boys and girls. Ukraine will have their first ever live-streamed game of touch rugby at international level at 10 to 10 in the boys under-18 competition, before the hosts get their first game going in the under-15s mixed competition against France after the girls under-18 play England. That's Ireland taking on England and France respectively in both those categories. As the afternoon heads on, we return to the under-18s categories all the way through to our final games of the day at 6:10. Tap off there will take us through to around 7 for the close of Friday's live-streamed action. France, South Africa and the women's under-20s, our last game of the day, with a girls under-15s test between Wales and England competed to close out day one. Of course, on day two, at the very end of the day, the knockouts start before Saturday's fixtures. And on Sunday, nothing but knockout touch footy. Exactly what we've all come here to see. But there's lots to play in the round-robin format before we reach that stage. She's got a job on her hands, the photographer, to get them all in here. But as you can see, the teams coming together. China, Lebanon, Portugal, Scotland, all merging as one in the spirit of touch rugby. Not only do they love to be on camera, these young players, they love what this game offers them, a community unlike any other at elite level of the sport. Ashlyn Casey on the end there as well for the University of Limerick.
Right, so we need you to give a big wave on the count
Simon
three.
doing his best to get everyone joined into the photo as Touch Cymru, never camera shy.
And we're going to do one more, and we want to hear a big cheer again, and we'll be on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Well, there you have it. The photo has been taken.
Have a fantastic tournament, everybody. You're free to
As you can hear, Chris Simon signing off. So the players will head back to their accommodation, a long night's sleep ahead of the opening day of the Youth Atlantic Touch Cup. All sides will feature on the live stream across the weekend. Every nation will have their chance to shine. You can of course follow the whole tournament on the Federation of International Touch's website, which will be updated live throughout the day. But fields 1 and 2 will be live streamed as you look at this on the schedule. Little green emblem on each of the categories will take you to the live streamed YouTube link. So as you look at the calendar on the Federation of International Touch's website for the Youth Atlantic Cup 2025, that'll take you straight through to the live streams. You can keep on top of your team's progress across the youth age groups. Well, thanks very much for joining us for the opening ceremony. Of course, we kick off tomorrow at 9 AM for some rounds of touch from the mixed under-18 competition. Belgium, Wales on this channel, England, Scotland across on field 2. But for myself, Wilfred Kemsley, and all of us from the Federation of International Touch, thanks for joining us this afternoon, and see you tomorrow morning for an outstanding weekend of the very second Atlantic Youth Touch Cup.